Hi everyone, I'm Sarah B, the OT, and this is a practice for the autumn equinox. So you can do this practice on a mat. You could just as easily do this practice from bed. Just make sure you've got lots of support around you, maybe 4 or even 5 pillows. Perhaps if you are on a mat, a bolster. If you have one, an eye pillow, but you might like to just use a sock, that's fine. And I've also just brought a pebble along because at autumn equinox there's a real emphasis on earth energy. So in the UK we've had some heavy rains come in recent weeks, and we've had some very strong winds as well. So the stabilizing, grounding quality of stone, of earth, wood can be really important to help you feel connected and balanced at this time. So it's a period of transition, as you know, from the hotter, the lighter days, more towards the colder and the darker days of winter. So you may be feeling a little bit, am I in summer? Am I in winter? How am I going to be transitioning? What kind of changes will I be making in my life at this time of autumn equinox? But for now, this practice is an opportunity to step back from that, just to notice, observe what's going on in the body. And it's a practice to bring stabilization, balance, connection with the earth, and that emphasis with support of the ground and the earth. So to start with, let's just lie down. Lie down on your mat, on your bed. It might feel nice to have some support underneath your knees. I've got a yoga block underneath my heels as well, and just a tiny cushion underneath my head. It might be an idea to have some support just to your right hand side. We're going to do a breath practice in a moment where we'll support our arm. So make sure that you've got that to hand, maybe just a folded pillow under your arm. And if it's nice to, well, before we use the eye pillow, let's maybe just orient ourselves. So noticing the sensation of your back on the support of your bed or your mat. Noticing the extent of light or dark in the room as well. Just a feel into the space. Casting your eyes around, perhaps turning your head, just checking that all is well before perhaps allowing your eyes to drift closed. Maybe bringing the eye pillow just for that extra contact and weight on the face, which can allow you to relax inwards, perhaps connect with intuition, and withdrawing your senses from outside where there might be to-do lists and things to get done, and more inwards, so that you can start to connect with what your body needs, what your energy levels are like, where your breath is sitting in your body. So with that in mind, bringing your attention to your breath, maybe noticing if you can encourage the diaphragm to move with the breath, taking perhaps a deeper inhale. And if it's comfortable to, maybe sighing the breath out through an open mouth. Once more inhaling. Exhaling through an open mouth. With each inhale, you might allow more softness, more connection with the back of the body to the earth. And with each exhale, you might let yourself feel even heavier. So in your own time, taking 2 or 3 good quality breaths into your whole torso. And perhaps taking time to notice the left nostril and the right nostril. And as you breathe in through both, Is there a difference in sensation between left and right? You might notice that one side feels a little stronger, a little more resolute, or there's more sensation than the other. You might not. It might feel equal and balanced, like the light and the dark at autumn equinox. But most people might notice, if you don't notice it so much within the nostril, you might put your finger just near your nose. And then as you exhale, you might see if one side feels a little stronger with the airflow than the other. It could be very subtle, but often there is a slight difference there, and this changes throughout the day. The emphasis of the left side brain, left side body, right side brain, right side body. Those complex systems, the way they're wired, with right speaking to left, left speaking to right. So today's practice will look at the left and the right, but also with that connection, support of the earth. So to start with, I thought we'd do the balancing breath of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So bringing your support underneath your right elbow, or even lower, more in towards the body. So I've got a couple of bricks here, so quite a lot of support. It's as high as my chest is, almost. Tuck it right in up towards your armpit, and then balance that arm on that support. So it could be a couple of folded pillows, it could be your yoga bricks, but then bringing that right hand, so I've got it on my right side, it could be your left, it doesn't matter, but that right hand is just supporting it to be that bit nearer my nose without me having to hold it there. So for some of you that might feel fine, but for others I know you can get fatigued easily. So to access this lovely pranayama, using this support in the lying position, whether you're in bed or on the mat. So your hands are near there. We'll be using the hand just to close left and right equally, but to start with we'll take a breath in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils. And we'll cover our right nostril and breathe in through the left. And we'll cover the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover the right nostril and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover the left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhaling through the right. Covering the right nostril and exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left nostril. Covering the left and exhaling through the right. Once more, inhaling through the right nostril. Covering the right nostril and exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left. And exhaling through the right. And final round now, inhaling through the right nostril. Covering up the right nostril and exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left nostril. covering up the left nostril and exhaling through the right. Moving the hand away, removing the support beneath that right arm. If you've used your right arm, letting both hands rest down on the floor, palms facing up, softened fingers. And then just let some of that tension go if there is any in your shoulder, your elbows, across your diaphragm, your tummy, your face. And pay attention now to some breaths in and out. Particularly noticing whether there's any change or shift in that balance between the left and the right side. Has it switched sides, the side that feels stronger, or is it more balanced? Does it not really make a difference? And then perhaps bringing your awareness around other areas of your body, maybe behind the eyes, the closed eyes. Does it feel different there, having taken these left-right breaths? Perhaps around the scalp, the crown of the head, across the chest. How do you feel after taking that balancing, stabilizing breath? Nice and easy breaths, letting the attention go, just feeling the support beneath you, the support of the mat, the bed, beneath your knees, the pillows, beneath the head. Keeping the eyes closed, we'll start to bring the knees in over the chest, just one at a time, nice and slowly. And we'll draw circles, drawing 2 or 3, going in one direction, and then 2 or 3 in the opposite direction. Keeping that going. Remember to breathe. Okay, we'll take our time now to come flip over just onto our front for a prone position, almost like we're going to hug the earth. So there's a few options for you here, but to start with, let's not rush. Let's really take our time. So I suggest before you sit up, to come onto your front, if you do sit up, that you come over to one side and that you take your time before you then push up to come over onto your front. You may need to move things out of the way, so it may be that you need to keep your bolster not too far away, because we will be coming back to the bolster perhaps for one of the options. Moving block out of the way, extending the legs out onto your forearms and then coming down onto your front. So for the half frog, what we'll do is we'll bring right knee up to right angles with the right hip, and then right angle at right angles to the knee. And this might feel okay for you. You might want a pillow underneath the forehead, or you could fold your hands one on top of the other. Or it might feel that that's a bit much. If it's a bit much, it could feel nice to bring a pillow or cushion just underneath that left front of the hip, so the side that you're not bending. And that just might feel a little bit easier, a little bit softer for you. So this is about comfort and connection with the ground, not about doing something that feels uncomfortable. So if that doesn't feel quite right to you either, what you might do is have a couple of cushions underneath your head, lie on your left side, bring a few pillows next to you or your bolster, long enough to have support underneath your knee and your ankle on the right side. And then if we just lie down like that, softening down, connecting with the ground, then we can soften here and we can enjoy that connection. You could have that back leg as straight as you wish. You might find it comfortable to have a little bit of the bend in the knee. So that's the option for if the half frog doesn't feel quite right. But if you can manage the half frog in either of those, maybe having that support under the front of the left hip, It's a lovely way to really connect with the earth. So let's spend a few breaths in whatever position has felt like the right one for you today. It might be different another day. See if you can really relax across the front of your body. This isn't a position we often kind of inhabit, so it may feel unfamiliar. You might like to bring your hands to a T shape, cactus shape, and bring the palms of the hands to connect with the earth. And then see if you can soften through the front of the right hip there. So as you can see, there's a lot of our body connecting with the earth that doesn't often get the opportunity to. We won't spend too long here, but we will pause for a good 2 or 3 breaths. Notice that the breath might feel a little restricted here. So see if you can direct the breath more into the back of the body. There may be a little challenge to your diaphragm to work for that breath. See if you can maintain relaxation. If you notice yourself tensing up, see if you can soften and let go, relax, and allow the support of the earth to hold you. Okay, so we'll come to the other side. It may be different for you on the other side, so coming out by bringing that right knee down. It may be nice just to pause in the middle, so I'm folding my hands under my forehead and just rocking my hips from side to side to release any tension that's come about from the half frog on that first side. Then if it's comfortable for you, bringing the other side, so left knee up in line with your hip, left ankle in line with your knee, and then you can come here, either maybe bringing a support under the hip on the other side, or you can come into side lying on your right hand side, maybe a bit more underneath the support underneath the head, and then bringing your cushions or bolsters here under the knee. So once more, finding that position that works for you, hugging the earth on the other side, finding balance, making it equal, just like the light, the dark at equinox. Also tending to our need to support ourselves, to stabilise ourselves at this time of transition. It's important to give space and time to connecting, to relaxing, and having awareness of just what's going on for us in our body. If we're noticing that there's any tension to be aware of, we can make note of that. But also in the mind, if you're noticing racing thoughts or particular preoccupations, again, something to note. But for now, see if you can let go of those thoughts and release tension and soften into the support of the ground. You might have the palms of the hands on the ground. You might have your forehead supported on a pillow, or you might have your head facing the same way as your bent knee. There's a few quiet, gentle breaths here. One more breath. And then very slowly easing that left leg down. Once more, bringing the heels together, supporting your head so that there's space for your breath, and then maybe rocking the hips from side to side. If you've put extra support under your head, I suggest you just have the one cushion or pillow underneath you for the next pose. And we're going to transition onto our backs once more. Okay, so take your time here, maybe shuffle over to one side of your mat, fold your arm underneath you and roll onto your back there. If you've got pillows or a bolster, bringing them over to one side. Moving the bricks out of the way from Nadi Shodhana. So if you are using a bolster and if there's a slightly slidey floor, you want to make sure that the bolster can just about connect with the mat. Bring your hips up close to the bolster, arms in a V shape. You can either have the palms down or up. Either way, make sure you've got that solid connection, not a tense connection, but a good solid connection with the ground. Moving the hips just slightly to the left, keeping the knees bent, the soles of the feet on the floor, and then letting the knees roll over to the right hand side. Now you may wish to move your feet slightly further away or further in. It's finding a twist that feels good for you. You could have the elbows same height as your shoulders, maybe allowing for cactus arms here. And it can feel nice to let the head roll over to the side away from your knees. So you're bringing a really gentle twist to the spine here. Bringing balance, so we'll do the other side. So we'll balance it out on the other side in a moment. But for now, focus on releasing those knees really solidly into that support. Maybe softening across the face, softening across the chest. And taking some good quality breaths into the whole of the torso. You may notice that one side of the torso feels like there's more expansion than the other. So just notice, allowing each inhale to expand and each exhale to soften. Another couple of breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Okay, so bringing the head back up to face the ceiling. Arms down by the sides. Lifting the knees, maybe engaging the abdominals, maybe lifting one knee at a time and shuffling the hips back to the center. Rocking the knees from side to side. Grab your bolster, hold on to it, give it a hug. Bump your hips to the other side and then let the bolster land on the ground once more. So I've brought my hips over to the other side of the mat slightly, letting my knees drop down onto the support. Again, find what feels okay for you today with where you want your feet. You might want them further away or closer in, and that will change the extent of the bend in the knees. Just make sure that you're finding something reasonably comfortable for you today. And then elbows out to the side, arms into that cactus shape, letting the head roll over to the other side. It might feel a bit different. It might feel like there's more of a stretch this side, having stretched the other side. So see if you can release into this, really connect with the ground, the earth beneath you. Finding that stability. And with each exhale, softening your weight further down into the mat. See if you can relax around that right hip. Can that upper leg, the right leg, feel a little heavier? And how does the breath feel? Is there one side where there's more expansion than the other? Taking some good quality breaths, exploring the whole torso, expanding into the space for your breath. With each exhale, see if you can soften even further into the support of your mat. Relaxing joints that are maybe still holding a tiny bit of tension. See if you can trust that support. Listen to what your body can do and allow it. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Last one here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bringing the arms down by the sides. Head to face upwards. Engaging the abdominals. Bringing the knees up. Shifting the hips to center. And maybe bringing the knees in over the chest again. Rocking from side to side. And hopefully that bolster or your pillows aren't too far away. We'll come down into a Shavasana. So just popping a bolster underneath your knees. It may feel nice to have a support underneath your heels as well. If you do have that pebble, it might feel nice to have it in your hand to remind you of the earth. It could be something wooden, it could be a leaf from a tree, piece of china, clay, baked clay, anything natural really, or just holding a picture in your mind of a seascape or the cliffs, the pebbles on a beach, the sand on a beach, or the earth on a path, the earth around trees. Something of the earth. If it's nice for you to do so, you might choose to bring the eye pillow over your eyes, just to feel that extra weight and bring your awareness further in. Can't find where I put my pebble now. There it is. So I'm going to hold my pebble. Hold my pebble here. The cool of the earth, the strength of the earth, the support of the earth beneath me as well. Taking just 2 or 3 breaths here before we finally move into Shavasana. So breathing in and out, perhaps through an open mouth. A couple more, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Softening into the earth, the support beneath you. Letting your limbs feel heavy. Letting your head feel heavy. Letting your eyes in their sockets feel heavy. Let your wrists and the palms of your hands feel heavy. And with this heaviness all through the body, from the crown of the head, down the back, down the arms, down the backs of the legs to the heels. Feel that deep-rooted connection with the ground, the earth. This time of autumn equinox, where light balances dark. I invite you to rest here in a sense of balance and connection, knowing you are held safely by the earth, stable and supported. With this foundation in mind, allow perhaps any thoughts to drift by. Maybe starting to wonder what you'll do next. Just acknowledge that. Maybe let it pass into the stone or the wood in your hand or in your mind's eye. It'll be there waiting for you after your practice. But for now, you are making space. You are giving yourself, your body, your mind, the gift of awareness and of rest. So in Shavasana now. Letting your body feel supported. Allowing your body to process the shapes that you've just offered it. And your body and mind to integrate the breath work and the stretches you've provided. Pausing in stillness now, just a while longer. Feel free to stay here. I'm going to place my pebble down. I'm going to keep my eyes closed, but bring the pillow away from my eyes. And I'm going to draw my knees in, again keeping my eyes closed, rocking from side to side. You might wish to just stay here on your back a moment longer. If you wish to join me to close practice, perhaps roll over onto one side. Pause here for a breath or two. Again, transitioning slowly, just as you might choose to transition through this autumn. Gently, with kindness, nice and easy. Maybe pushing up to a seat. Maybe bringing back your pebble or your piece of wood. I'm going to place that in front of me, and I'm going to bring my hands to heart center here. Thank you for practicing this autumn equinox practice with me. I wish you peace. Om Shanti.